Glad you guys could come along. We're just beginning our journey, 6,000 miles from Seattle, Washington, down the west coast of the United States, Mexico, Central America, through the Panama Canal, across the Gulf of Mexico, and back to Port Canaveral, Florida, our home base. So come along, we're in for a big adventure. And there is a farewell view of the city skyline, part of it, and the eclectic Space Needle right there, symbol of Seattle from the 1962 World's Fair that was held here. Here's some shots we took from there yesterday. Currently we're cruising through Puget Sound on our way to the Pacific Ocean. We'll be going by the Olympic range pretty soon, but we're not going to be able to see it. It'll be dark when we get there. Well, today here we are in Astoria, Oregon. This is the mouth of the Columbia River, and this is the site where Lewis and Clark completed their expedition and reached the Pacific Ocean. So here we are on that shuttle bus in Astoria, Oregon, getting ready to ride downtown. $15 round trip. Well, here we are in lovely Santa Barbara, California, walking down State Street. We just had a visit at the Apple store to try and replace Shirley's phone battery, but unfortunately it would be like a 3-hour wait. So we decided to forego that and start walking back towards the ship. No building in Santa Barbara can be more than 3 stories high. So there's no skyscrapers here. That one over there is probably about as Now there's one that looks a little bit taller. Man, I guess that's 4 stories high. It must have been built before the code was put in effect. The restaurants have extended themselves out and have seating for their customers on the street. It's a little bit like Las Ramblas in Barcelona. The Reagan Ranch Center, right here in Santa Barbara, California. Here we are at the Santa Barbara train station, and there's the surfliner right there. A lovely beach in Santa Barbara. Early morning fog here in Catalina at Avalon. Well, good morning. Today we are at Catalina Island off the coast of California in the lovely little city of Avalon, which is very tiny and very touristy, but it's beautiful here. The weather's nice. It's in the low 70s. About the only way to get around looks like it's a golf cart rental. So you can get golf carts around all over the island. We're walking on the Avalon Pier. island, I believe, was at one point belonged to the Wrigley family. And they did a lot of improvements and created a big park-like area here, and that's where a lot of people come here to hike. It's very popular for hiking. Quite a few little shops along the waterfront here that cater to hikers and trekkers. Lots of souvenir and gift shops and restaurants and the usual stuff. Weather's been beautiful. This is the warmest day we've had, though. It was really chilly up in the Pacific Northwest. Fire truck. It was a little chilly in the Pacific Northwest, but as we move down the coast, it's warming. We were in Santa Barbara yesterday, and it was delightful there. I think a little bit cooler here, and I think probably because we're out to sea a little more. We're probably 20 or 30 miles off the coast of Los Angeles, San Pedro area. We're tendering here today. They use our little lifeboats and just drop them off the side and bring us ashore, which is pretty convenient. And, oh, an ambulance now. Things are exciting here. We have so many seniors on this cruise. This has got to be the oldest demographic that we've ever sailed with. And I mean, we're pretty old. So, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if one of our shipmates might have had an incident here, and that's what the emergency is all about. I'm Lucas. We are on a tender heading ashore from our cruise ship. A little bit choppy out here today. Oh yeah, let me flip around here. Los Arcos over there. Can't really see the arches, but they must be hidden behind the rock somewhere. Our noble pilot has everything under control. And nice to have a little fresh air coming through the front door. We'll check back in again when we get ashore. Well, we are finally ashore after a bumpy tender ride here in lovely Cabo, the tourist mecca of the Baja, I think. Still in the marina, working our way up the dock. Lots of yachts in town. Cabo sits at the very tip of the Baja Peninsula, where the Sea of Cortez becomes the Pacific Ocean. So now we're running the gauntlet of people coming up and trying to sell us on tours and stuff. So far, not so much.
Okay.
Are you for sale? Hey, buddy. Got nothing for you, sorry. Some of the local fauna. I saw you open your eye out there. We're live on Facebook. We're live on Facebook to the world. Do you want to tell us the story?
Well, I'm selling tours to the Irish.
Oh, that's fine. She's my wife. You can talk to her.
He's trying to tell us for $15 we have 45 minutes.
I don't go on small boats.
Oh no, he gets
I get seasick, so sorry about that. That's way too small.
oh yeah,
Yeah, the one out there may be too small, you know. So that's a bigger boat, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we're okay with that, but I'm so sorry. I'd love to do it, but okay, that was a good story, wasn't it? Okay, now moving along. We're gonna walk along here just a little bit. I don't know if anybody's out there watching or not. Oh, here's another guy. Nice, very nice. Tortuga. Yeah. Huh? That's pretty. $5, huh? Okay. Well, I'm not in the market. Are you in the market for one?
no, but it's very nice.
Thank you. So, welcome to Mexico, folks. There you have it. So anyway, that's it for now. We'll be hanging out here for a little while, and then we'll be heading back to the ship. Next stop tomorrow is Puerto Vallarta, and that's only an overnight cruise from here on the other side of the Sea of Cortez. Yes. Yes, they never stop. They never stop. And they don't blame them. That's how they make a living, right? So we're heading back to the ship now, so I'm going to wrap it up and say adios from Cabo San Lucas. Well, here we are today in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico, down way south on the Baja. We were in Cabo last night, and we're here today. Puerto Vallarta was just a small, sleepy fishing village up until 1963, when John Huston directed the movie Night of the Iguana here, and then it really caught on as a tourist attraction. I'm standing outside a gift shop. I've been talking to a lot of people because they see my Mickey hat, and they all want to talk about signing me up for timeshares that have golf courses. And poor Shirley has been sitting here so long that she is actually, yes, it happened right here in Puerto Vallarta. We ventured south here on the west coast of Mexico, and we are in Zihuatanejo, which is this little town over here. It's very much more undeveloped than a lot of what we've seen in Cabo San Lucas and Puerto Vallarta the last 2 days. It's hot. I think that Tom Hanks said it best, we must be a mile from the sun. But this area is beautiful, and it's a lot less developed than other parts of Mexico that we've been to. There's a lot of greenery. I think they probably get a lot more rain down here. We will be doing some things as we get on towards Guatemala, and we'll let you see that when we get down there. Well, welcome to Guatemala. We are in Antigua, city up in the mountains, about 5,000 feet. This lady is really hot for me to come out there. Well, we are at a jade factory now, here in Antigua, Guatemala. Little tiny pieces of jade. Popping, grinding. I think this must be raw jade right here. So now we're in the Jade Museum. I don't know who these two are, but they look like they're up to trouble. Well, I've lost Shirley somewhere in the Jade Museum. Yes, please. I suspect that'll be necessary. Yes. Ooh, what a cute little star. I'm sorry. Thank you very much. Oh, that's a big old hunk of jade right there. Well, we're leaving the Jade Museum and we're heading for the market area. We'll have about a half hour of time on our own here in Antigua. And I'm in the back of the bus, naturally. Well, hello Facebook fans, we're back. We're here in Antigua, Guatemala. 5,000 feet up in the mountains, right between two volcanoes. One is active. I showed you that earlier. You can see it erupting. But we're right now in the city square, and a lovely cathedral here is behind us. This is a whole city block in this little town. I think there's maybe 20,000 people here. Right now we're in the park, and lots of folks selling lots of stuff. So hold on. No gracias. No gracias. No gracias. Well, you get the picture there. We are about, I'd say 50 or 60 miles from the ship, which is out on the Pacific coast. And the pigeons are coming through. Dodge the pigeons again. Well, there, today we are in Esparza, Costa Rica, and we're at a little folkloric dance here in front of a church in the plaza in a very small town in the highlands of Costa Rica. Buenos dias, Facebook amigos. We are in Costa Rica. This is the garden. And it is full of samples of food and Costa Rican delights. And this lovely lady, you're live on Facebook to the world, Facebook to the world. All three of my followers are watching. So what do you got here? What are we doing here?
Chocolate, dark chocolate and milk chocolate.
Yummy. And this is all raised in Costa Rica?
Yeah, everything.
Wow.
Near to La Fortuna. It's a very famous place in Costa Rica.
Okay. Well, my favorite was still that right there.
Well,
The
they come in
cashews.
some
I like dark chocolate too, though.
yeah.
Yes, I do.
You want to try?
Sure.
85%, 72%.
Let's go for the full boat here.
Okay.
Okay, well, here we go, folks.
Coffee.
Pretty good. Muy bueno.
Qué bueno.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Now move. Move over this way. Now when you move, I think you could just tap his face. There you go. Well, good morning and welcome to the Panama Canal. We're just entering the canal and about to enter the Miraflores locks, which will be the first set of locks that you pass as you enter from the Pacific side. Then we'll be doing the Pedro Miguel locks, sailing through Gatun Lake, and ending at the Gatun locks as we exit into the Atlantic.
One of the companies is Fortune.
This is the Gatun Lake Dam that forms the lake that generates the water that feeds the Panama Canal. This little stream is the last surviving segment of the French attempt to build a canal across the Isthmus of Panama. Passing under the Atlantic Bridge into the Bay of Limon and then the Caribbean Sea. Well, good morning, Facebook friends. We are in Cartagena, Colombia, and that is the skyline of Cartagena over my shoulder there. This will be the farther south that we are going to be going on the cruise, and we're about 10 degrees north of the equator, and it feels like 10 degrees north of the equator here. It's a very busy port. It's not just a cruise port. There are 3 ships in here today, 2 from Norwegian and 1 from Oceania. But it's also a very impressive cargo port. I mean, there are enough cargo containers there to deliver everybody's Christmas present, I suspect. And panning around here with a view of the harbor, we have a very impressive skyline. On the other side of that skyline is the Caribbean, and it's a beach. It runs the entire length on the other side over there. We went through the Panama Canal yesterday, as you know, and it was an exciting 6 or 8 hours of running back and forth from one end of the ship to the other. Because as we go into the locks, I would always run to the front of the ship to get video of that. And when we came out of the locks, I'd go to the other end of the ship to get that. And for those of you who cruise, you know the ships are pretty long. So I got in my 8,000 steps yesterday. That was good. When we got off the ship this morning in Cartagena, we were reminded of how narrow the Panama Canal is. The locks are 110 feet wide. Our ship's 108 feet wide. So we got a few scuffs along our side. Our visit to Great Stirrup Cay was unfortunately canceled due to high winds. That's a tender port for Norwegian. However, as you can see next door, Royal Caribbean was docked safely at Coco Cay. This ended our amazing 20-day repositioning cruise from Seattle to Port Canaveral on Norwegian Cruise Line, and we had a great time.